From the weather team you can trust, here's Chief Meteorologist Eric Snyder.
Something tells me in about a week's time, as we go into next week, we're going to be looking at days like this with highs like this today, going, oh boy, do I miss those days when things were comfy and we didn't have to have the AC units that are running on full blast. Yeah, we've got some big changes that are on the way, but it's going to be slow to get there. Rain that lingers into the first part of our night tonight will eventually give way to drier skies. I would figure by Friday morning, all of that wet weather is going to be gone. It's a nice Friday, but, you know, wonderful weekend has a nicer ring to it, but we could technically include Friday in there. Saturday and Sunday looks like partial sun to mostly sunny skies with temperatures both days in the vicinity of about 80, especially on Sunday. And then after that, we start talking about heat and humidity, perhaps headline worthy heat and humidity, which means heat advisories. We get this periodically through the course of our summer, and this would be, for a lot of us, our first round that we have had to contend with this year. Future view for the remainder of the night, it's just a gradual progression of most of the wet weather getting yanked on off to the east. By Friday morning, we're looking at a mix of clouds and sunshine, but we should keep this dry. We're in the 70s again going into the afternoon. By Friday evening, we'll note some of the cloud cover thickens up a bit, especially the Finger Lakes and the southern tier. Quick hitting weather maker keeps the rain south of the New York state line and doesn't do a darn thing for those of us in the Rochester area, so we're still smooth sailing with that. Saturday, back to sunshine pretty much all day long. We're in the 70s again, probably upper 70s, and then we'll be pushing the 80-degree mark going into Sunday. Still at this point, no wet weather to be found, and still at this point, really no heat and humidity to be found, but that's going to be about the last time we get to make that statement. Our much advertised ridge of high pressure, this is going to be our heat dome, will be parked across the western Ohio and Tennessee Valley by the time we're about a week from now. So we're on the edge of this thing. It will be hot, it will be humid, but what tends to happen with this is the active storm track rides up and along the edge, of which we're probably close to that corridor. So it presents some intriguing options here in terms of, just how hot are we going to end up getting. Now, we're going to get hot and humid. There's really no way around that. The bigger question is, what will the individual numbers be? This is the GFS model. Tuesday in terms of maximum heat index. That is Wednesday, and then pushing into Thursday, which might be top of the mountain out of this, if we can avoid the wet weather. It's a big if still at this early juncture. You could be looking at heat index numbers maybe approaching 100 degrees, and there is some model consistency out of that. The good news, if you don't want to be dealing with that for a long period of time, I don't think we will. This is probably a few-day stretch in the vicinity of the middle part of next week. After that, I do think there's going to be some signs of relief beginning to move forward.